All right, today we're going to be doing a deep dive into the Geissele REBCG, or Reliability Enhanced Bolt Carrier Group. I've had a couple people ask me to do this, and I just felt like it kind of deserved its own video because Geissele claims a lot of stuff, and they state a lot of things that are special about this as compared to your typical, phosphated mil-spec bolt carrier group. And while a lot of it is true, I don't have a high round count on the one I do have in a Super Duty rifle, but I do plan to put this one definitely to the test, and I may or may not make an update video. It could take me a long time before what I consider to be a high round count. But one thing I do want to note right off the bat is that the cam pin that I received with this upper receiver, or REBCG, is not the one that I have with my Super Duty. So typically you would have a mono-headed cam pin that would have an arrow and it would say muzzle, and so you could only insert this in one direction into the carrier itself. So I'm adding this in at the last minute while I'm editing the video regarding the cam pin. And it looks like Geissele decided to go with this cam pin style. Not sure why, maybe just ease of manufacturing. But I would suggest, if this is your bolt carrier group, to add some type of marking, permanent marking, that will notate the direction of this, so that every time you put it in the bolt carrier group, it is in the same direction. That way you have no abnormal wear and tear on the cam itself. So let's start things off with discussing the bolt. So Geissele says that this is constructed of a proprietary metal they're calling Carpenter 158 Plus, and it is forged. The reason they state that I've seen in a few videos where Geissele employees have explained why they do a forging and use that type of metal, the 158 Plus, is to create a grain structure that essentially stars out near the bolt lugs instead of being just straight across. One of the first failure points of any high round count bolt is one of these lugs shearing off. And Geissele claims through their testing, and after conducting a firing of 100,000 rounds, they have experienced no cracking of any of the lugs. That's very impressive, as typically you would see the crack occur at around 20 or 30,000 rounds. You could see one of these shear off. It is still going to run, but definitely want to consider replacing it. So their bolts are high pressure tested and magnetic particle inspected. And this is an unused one. As you can see, it still has these markings. I assume the yellow and the green are applied after both of those tests are performed. So all of the parts, specifically the bolt carrier, as well as the cam pin, are coated in Geissele's nano weapon coating, or Picatinny DSL, durable solid lubricant. And they state it has a surface hardness of 82 HRC on the Rockwell hardness chart. So let's take a look at the carrier itself. They do not state what the carrier is constructed of, but it is coated in the nano weapon coating. And so one of the things I first noticed when looking at the carrier are the guide rails. They're very smooth, smoother than the rest of the carrier itself, and that would definitely lend to a much more lubricated surface. So you can really see the effectiveness of that coating on the belly of the carrier there. There is no oil on this surface. I'll even wipe it down for you. But it is a very, very slick surface. So the carrier key is properly torqued and staked. Not staked as much as I would like in that front one. You really want to kind of see some deformation on the screw heads, but it looks like it'll definitely do. And these are knurled gas key screws, so that should be fine. You have a chrome-plated firing pin. And the cam pin is also coated in their nano weapon coating. But this technique is a little bit different. They're using a chroming process. On their website, they put in parentheses a chrome nitride. So this could be a chrome over nitride or chrome nitride mixture. I'm not really 100% sure. But these are constructed of H13 steel, which is a medical grade surgical steel, and it is a very tough steel. All right, if you guys have any questions on the Geissele REBCG or anything to add that I did not add, just go ahead and drop a comment down below, and I'll do my best to answer questions and acknowledge those that state something that I didn't state in the video. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.